Getting very close there, heading in the corner. You see Pro Marine heading way wide after that little escapade in the first turn. You can see Nicholls Offshore gained the most ground off that, now side by side with CRC. Bacardi Silver making up a lot of ground, as is Reliable Carriers, dropping back just a little bit, but still unbelievable battle for the first lap here at the 2005 Race for Recovery Offshore Super Series in Fort Myers Beach. Shot out of cannon to the front of the pack. 2 wins already on the season. Team CRC, Mike DeFries and Jeff Harris, so far untouchable. Their number 7 Supercat, Mercury powered MPI. The Columbia Rim Corporation is out front. Jeff Harris and Mike DeFries with the lead, gone away from the rest of the pack. See this video here right at the green flag, dropping the hammers and going for the first turn. Jeff Harris and Mike DeFries aboard Team CRC. Reliable Carriers just off to the left of your screen, head into the corner here. Reliable Carriers, Nicholls Offshore, and all the way on the right hand you can see Pro Marine there, hitting a wave right there, coming a little bit close right here, too close for comfort. Little swell right there, caught Pro Marine coming into the corner, caught him off guard and sent him way out wide. You can see Reliable also got shot out wide as Nicholls Offshore and Bacardi Silver making up ground on the inside of the corner. William Moore and Gary Nicholls gain a lot of advantage off that corner. You see another shot, JEM Motorsports getting hosed down right at the start of the race there by Nicholls Offshore. Quite a different sound here to Nicholls Offshore with the exhaust going out the side of the boat, a lot quieter boat from this vantage point. Very strong runner with the rudder and the surface drive in the Supercat class. William Moore and Gary Nicholls aboard. You can see WHM just off to the right of your screen. Back to the racing action there, heading into the corner again. A lot of action there in the first corner here at this third race of the season for the Supercats in the Offshore Super Series 2005 Race for Recovery off Fort Myers Beach. 9 boats deep in the Supercat class. Very strong field early on here on the first lap of this very long race ahead. Again, out front to the front of the pack, Team CRC, so far unbeatable this season. Team Columbia Rim Corporation, number 7, Jeff Harris, the throttle man, owner, driver, Mike DeFries in this Mercury-powered MPI, doing a fantastic job up until now at the front of the pack in the Supercat class. The Mercury Supercat engine's just screaming along right there. They make it look ever so effortless here in this MPI Team CRC. Jeff Harrison, Mike DeFries. MPI out front. Excellent racing here at the 2005 Offshore Race for Recovery for the Offshore Super Series, third round of their national tour. There's Bacardi Silver and Nicholls Offshore battling side by side. Great action here in the Supercat class. It doesn't get any closer than this. Todd Warner at the wheel of Pro Marine. Mike Anderson on the throttles, last year's world champion in the Supercat class. Gary Nicholls and William Moore aboard Nicholls Offshore, and Dave Scott and John Tomlinson aboard Bacardi Silver. Those guys all doing a fantastic job to be racing this close deck to deck. Second, third, fourth place. This is a battle for it all trying to chase down CRC. And there's still several other competitors in the Supercat class doing a great job just behind these guys. 9 boats deep here in the Supercat class. Fantastic racing here in Fort Myers Beach. These guys running a very strong race here in third place. Took second place in Biloxi at the season opener. Always a strong runner. Mercury Motors just screaming along in Bacardi Silver. Don Tomlinson on the throttle, doing a great job. Dave Scott behind the wheel, wheeling it around this corner here at the south end of the course, doing a great job. Currently third place. From Orange Beach, Alabama, always does an excellent job promoting the race in his hometown, and does a great job of promoting Nicholls Offshore and all of Offshore Racing together. Here on the Offshore Super Series circuit, he's running with throttle man William Moore. He's doing a great job aboard this Supercat entry, Nicholls Offshore Pier 57. Same boat they've been running for the past few seasons. Fresh paint job from Slinger Graphics and EFX Designs. First race with the new paint job, new colors, looks beautiful for Gary Nicholls and William Moore. Currently running fourth place in the Supercat class here at Fort Myers Beach at the 2005 Offshore Raceboats Recovery. Nicholls going around the corner at the south end of the course here in Fort Myers Beach. You can see JEM Companies Limited right behind them, trying to make up some ground, but Nicholls Offshore currently running in fourth place after running all the way up in second early on in the race. Straight down on JEM Companies now. There you can see the Supercats going by the Super V entry of Black Pearl, Dave Peterson's Black Pearl. Nicholls running in fourth place here. Just came off a third place finish in Pickwick, Tennessee. We're going to go for a little ride aboard Team Pro Marine with Mike Anderson and Todd Warner here late in the race, but we think you'll enjoy this little ride. Little spin out there aboard the Supercat there. Didn't seem to let off throttles a whole bunch. There you see Peppers going by. Mike Anderson and Todd Warner turning right back around and go right back for running in second place in the Supercat class. Excellent recovery there by Pro Marine, getting right back into the action. Running in second place in Supercat, trying to catch up with CRC. Mike Anderson and Todd Warner, slight spin out, but right back into the action. The 39-foot Sterling powered MTI. Moving down now onto the leader in the Super V class. This is Spider-Man. Ken Bowen is the driver. Scott Conrad is the throttle man. Spider's a 399 Skater V-bottom, powered by twin Mercury 525 horsepower EFI engines. Doing a great job running at the front of the pack. Took a second place in Biloxi, Mississippi. A commanding first place finish in Pickwick, Tennessee. And again, at the front of the field here in Fort Myers Beach. Spider-Man, Ken Bowen and Scott Conrad leading the way around the course for the rest of the Super V fleet. Team Adrenaline Spider-Man. Sponsors include SC Performance Marine, Skater Powerboats, and Mercury Racing. Aboard the VCAT's S12, who early on the season took 2 third-place finishes at the first 2 really rough water races of the season, doing a great job early on this season. S12 Deep VCATs. The owner, Throttleman Lee Austin, built this boat, as well as builds the AMT Cats at his shop in Fort Lauderdale, LA Marine. Steve Quick is the driver who owns DiamondSource.com, source for all your wedding rings and diamond needs out of Chicago, Illinois. There you can see a great battle, 3 ways, 3 Doug Wrights up front, Map A, the Hulk, and Mojo side by side, heading for the first turn here in Sarasota. Map A on the inside is Gary Ballou and Mike Magis, the Hulk, Rob Nunziato and Doug Kelly, and Stan Prikoski and Grant Brugman aboard Mojo. 3 very similar Doug Wright designs heading around the first turn boat, which is a 120-foot boat. Very tight corner here in the first corner. Heading towards Siesta Key right off Lido Beach, heading south here, rounding the first corner. It appears these boats have all gone off course and are heading behind the spectator fleet here. There you can see Siesta Key in the background. Everybody looks a little bit lost here. It doesn't quite look like they know where they're going. There you can see the Hulk and Mojo all following each other here behind the spectator fleet. There's Map A and the Hulk almost running into each other as Mojo goes off in the other direction. All 3 of these boats are behind the spectator fleet right now. Mojo continuing on behind the spectator fleet. Mojo running great at this point, other than being off a little bit of course. Owned and driven by Stan Prikoski, throttled by Grant Brugman. Sponsors include leaksandheath.com, Tammy Page Photography, Honeywell Industries, Grant's Custom Rigging, and Offshore Outdrives. The Throttleman Grant Brugman rigs and maintains this boat in his shop in Fort Lauderdale. Stan Prikoski from Maryland owns leaksandheath.com. Behind the wheel today, Mojo took 2 first-place finishes so far this season on the Offshore Super Series. Coming on down now to Recycle America Alliance, another 32-foot Doug Wright designed Aerospeed Marine. This boat is owned and driven by Paul DePoo from Key West, Florida, and the Throttleman is Ryan Beckley from Bradenton, Florida. Recycle America Alliance currently running in 2nd place after several boats went off course here in Sarasota. This boat based out of Key West and Sarasota, respectively. Sponsors for the Recycle America race team include Tasty Home Cookin', Action Kawasaki Yamaha, and Hemingway's Restaurant. Island City Flying Service from Key West is also a main sponsor aboard Recycle America Alliance. This is our first race for a brand new boat here for Team Recycle America Alliance. Paul DePoo in his 2nd offshore race, doing a great job behind the wheel with Ryan Beckley on the throttle. Trying to chase down Mojo at this point, but running very strong here in bumpy waters off Sarasota, Florida. Team Recycle America Alliance would like to thank all their crew, Marcia DePoo, Mark Hanna, Roxy Hanna, Tom Beckley, and everybody else who helped make this all possible for this team to come out here and race in Sarasota. Recycle America Alliance, S111. All the way at the north end of the course here in Sarasota now, heading down the backstretch, P430, Miccosukee Indian Gaming. 30-foot AMT cat running very strong in the P4 class with the 2.5 XS motors on it, doing a great job. Sponsors include Mikasuki Indian Gaming, USCondoExchange.com, Lux, running very strong down the backstretch here in the P4 class, Mikasuki Indian Gaming. Coming on down now, that's Team Taboo and Pier 57 Twisted Metal battling in Super B class. Two more fountains, two more 42s, one's the older design. The Pier 57, the newest design, is the Team Taboo with the Arneson surface drives on it. On the outside of them is CMS Mechanical Services in the Supercat Light category. Greg Wilson and Bill Mazzoni aboard the number 44 Team Taboo, doing a great job. Mercury Power, Arneson surface drives, different combination, but seems to work well for these guys. Number 44, Team Taboo. There you can see the turn buoy very close to the beach. Great action for the spectators here, just off of Lido Beach here in Sarasota, Florida. On board with Team Taboo again. There you can see the very tricky south corner here in Sarasota. Very cool shot looking down onto the powertrain. You can see the exhaust rattling around, the propeller running halfway out of the water. Great setup on the number 21 DF Young, Rich Wyatt, and Herb Stotler, Superboat Unlimited category. You can hear the supercharged engines screaming in the background. Rich Wyatt doing a great job on the throttles. Herb Stotler on the wheel. Coming down now to the leader in the Supercat light class. This is CMS Castaway. Bob Bull is the owner and throttleman. Mitch Miller is your driver. CMS Castaway running very strong in the Supercat light class. Great, always a front runner. These guys always do a great job with their whole crew from CMS Castaway. Benji Brooks, the crew chief, always makes sure everything is spot on, ready to go. Currently leading in the national point standings in the APBA SBI Series is CMS Castaway, looking for a national championship this year. Beautiful mercury-powered MPI here, running at the front of the pack in Supercat Light, number 3, CMS Castaway. So you can see all the spectators in the background there along Lido Beach. Looking straight down the line, you can see Instigator Rodriguez Group, Patron, Joe Boxer. There we have the green flag. Instigator immediately jumps out to lead, leaving everybody else in their wake. You can see Mikasuki also with a good start there, heading down towards the Deerfield Beach Pier. The Lucas Oil 39-foot skater also got a great start there, but to the front of the pack right away is Team Instigator and Mikasuki Indian Gaming, just all the way on the beach side. Lucas Oil trying to play catch up. Great start for this Super V fleet here in Deerfield Beach. 3 boats to the front of the pack: Lucas Oil, Mikasuki Indian Gaming, and Instigator. Instigator Motorsports Fountain Mercury number 22 is a 42-foot fountain powered by twin Mercury 525 horsepower inboard engines with the Mercury number 6 drive. Joe Scrow from Brooklyn, New York, and Peter Meyer from Port Washington always have the Instigator out front of the pack. Very strong running boat. Jerry Haney, the crew chief, always has it in the top of the pack. Moving right along, just a little bump there down the front straightaway here down Deerfield Beach, heading to turn 1. Instigator Motorsports out front. On board with Instigator at the green flag.